Welcome, everybody, to a new podcast. I have received emails before Easter that it is important to clear your ancestral lineage. So, what do you think, Elke? I am interested to hear from you.
Yeah, hello, Jutta, and hello,
Hello,
everyone. I'm
Elke.
so I'm so excited that we meet again. And how are you, Jutta? And that's an interesting one because,
Yeah,
well, first of all, that's not something I am really concerned with myself. So, uh, after you tell me how you are,
I am
um,
fine.
you can,
Thank you.
okay. You can tell me what you exactly mean by that, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff around, and for me, well, there is only one thing that's really important, okay? And I will get to that. But what do those when they say clear your ancestral lineage, what does that mean?
Yeah. Um, to clear the ancestral lineage, it was for me that they clear step by step further generations
And
because
yeah.
they think that they can cut the how do you say the past from the further generations so that you don't have to bother
That
with
you
them.
don't have to repeat it.
Yeah. And for me, it sounds, I don't know, so maybe not, yeah. But I
Okay,
think
so yes.
when I clear things for myself, it should be cleared for the ancestral as well. And
Well,
that is the question I want to ask you.
so that so what I'm hearing here, okay? So because your ancestors, they have had their lives, okay?
Yeah.
If you like how they lived or not, okay? So and to clear out their stuff, well, that would be their issue. That is for them to do it. Meaning they are their own beings, they have their own entourages, they have their own higher levels. Okay, and
Mhm.
if they, whatever they, in the Reich, they were supporters of those evil doers, uh, and you don't like it. So basically, what I'm hearing here, they say you go in and clear that for them because then
Mhm.
you would feel more comfortable. Am I
Mhm.
understanding this correctly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's so it's not about you to feel more comfortable. And I'm not saying, talking about you, Utah specifically, I talk about everyone. Okay, so
Yeah.
this means I don't like who they are, what they did, and what kind of life they had, and so I go in and make it so that I feel comfortable, that it feels into my little box of how I think, and I purposely say think because it comes from the ego. This is egoic stuff. How they should live, and basically, I can feel better about myself because I perceptively have done something good for them.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
they see it as when they had, uh, for example, heart diseases in the family. Yeah. So the last generation, the generation before. And so it's clear that you will have heart problems as well. Or there was,
That is not true.
or with money, yeah, or other
Huh?
things. No?
Yeah, but that's what is what most humans believe, but it's still
Hmm.
not, it doesn't make it true.
Okay, good.
So yes, so it's a different thing. So to go in and say, as you say, and I was gonna go to that very soon, but now you brought it up. So it's a different thing. So maybe you have in your lineage, like you say, in my family it would be cancer and heart disease and lots of other stuff. So, but still. So some families have cancer. So my dad had cancer. So this means I am um, supposed to be vulnerable to that. And actually, because experts, quote unquote, said this is so. But right here, right now, they actually are finding out that it's not the truth. So scientists are finding that out. Okay, so what happens? So when you're dead, your mom had cancer or heart disease. So grandpa died of heart attack. So this means I must be susceptible to a heart attack. And then,
Mhm.
of course, I go into fear, and then I go to the doctor and check everything. And my focus is basically, well, heart disease, right? Right. And as creator incarnate, what you focus on becomes your reality.
Yeah.
Okay. So this means, of course, then this might happen because you focus on it and the universe loves you so much that it brings exactly that what you focus on. Right. So and even if you try to push it away or it doesn't matter, right? So the more you try to push away, the more you attract. It's just it's also called the law of attraction.
Hmm.
Okay. So focusing on, okay, this is what grandpa experienced.
Hmm.
This is what mom believed. This is what she bought into. But that has nothing to do with me.
Hmm. But
Okay.
but but even when you have an appointment with a doctor, they ask you, yeah, how does it look like in your family?
I
What
know, I know.
with your mom, with your grandmom? Yeah, always you are confronted with these things. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what, because of course they still believe it. Okay, it's
Hmm.
not that
Hmm.
the doctors try whatever. That's what they have been taught.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And might have been you go about your life and they ask and you never thought about anything. And then they have their papers and, oh, looks like grandma had cancer and then she had 3 heart attacks and then she had this and that. And then let's check. And because it could be in your DNA. And then, of course, you go into fear, which would
Hmm.
be natural. Or taking a deep breath and saying, okay, this is and what grandma went through, that was her journey, and this is what the doctor believes, but that still doesn't make it true for myself. Okay, so it really, but I'm going down here. So for the one part where we went into people, and I know there is some that go in and try to clear whatever for grandpa, grandma, or even further ahead in the ancestral line.
Hmm.
Okay? Well, I would ask you, someone that does it, why are you doing that? Okay? Because they've had their journey. they went on that journey for a purpose, and that journey is done. It's a different story if they got stuck somewhere. So they didn't come to you and asked you to help them out, to send them home, to do whatever, right? So that's what I'm talking about. If someone goes and says, it's like if they're, let's say you perceive there is a man mistreating a woman on the street, right? It has happened lots of times, right? Someone perceives that a woman or whatever is mistreated by another, and they go in and try to help them, to save them,
Mhm.
right? And and what happens then? Both the woman and the man go against them
Yeah.
because they were in their story and they didn't, so the woman didn't come to the man that was trying to save her and said, help me, help me. That's a different story. Okay. So meaning someone is in front of me and is asking me to assist them. So let's say in your dreams grandma comes and says, um, please assist me.
Okay.
Okay, so because I am stuck, or you can even see her, she comes to you and asks you. Okay, I
Mhm.
got stuck because I was traumatized and now I want to go home. Help me go home. That's a different story. Then you have been
Absolutely.
asked to
Yeah.
assist. So this counts for in the body and out of the body. We
Mhm.
do not go in as the savior because we perceive we know what is best for everyone. We go in or not in, we assist when we are asked, when it's in front of us. Of course, if a child is drowning in front of me, I'm not asking their higher levels,
Yeah,
do you
that's
allow me to save them? I jump
mhm.
in and save them, right?
Sure.
Because it's in front of me, and so of course, uh, this is this is asking for help.
Yeah.
Okay. And if this man would go in and asking the woman, do you need assistance? And she says, yes, please help me. It's a different thing. But going in
Mhm.
and just assuming something that doesn't make it right. Okay. And the same is for clearing the ancestral lineage.
Mhm.
Because what is most important, and you said it before, Jutta, the most important part is clearing the things that are inside of you that trigger you, that you feel, where you have emotions, where there is anger, where you feel you are not in line with your family. Okay? Meaning um, the family is doing this and this for years and years. So my grandpa has been a doctor. Uh, Dad was a doctor as well, and so I, as the son or daughter, have to be a doctor too, right? Or we do this like this, and because the family has done it like this forever, so I will continue that. That's another feature. It's still it's not in the physical DNA, but it's in the spiritual DNA because it's assumed to be normal that because children are perceived to be created by their parents, so it's assumed to be normal that you do the same like your parents, grandparents, and whatever did.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and by you taking a step back, taking a deep breath, going into your heart, and asking yourself, is this true for me? Do I really enjoy this? Do I really want this? Who am I? do I like the ice cream my mom likes so much? Because my mom, for an example, she was an ice cream aficionado. And as a kid, of course, I was eating ice cream, a lot of ice cream, because when she had one, that's pretty normal, right? But when I got older, I realized, well, I don't really like ice cream.
Yeah.
So I didn't continue eating ice cream because my mom likes it, so it must be something that I love as well. It must be in the family DNA. No, what do I like? So what do I enjoy? My family was very meat heavy and all this very, well, I felt like I felt foreign,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because I was so different. So do I give sacrifice myself to say I want to belong to the family, or do I stand in my truth? Okay. So, of course, as a kid, because everyone around me was sick, had cancer, had this, had that, and then I became a hypochondriac, right? Because as a kid, well, yeah, you see everyone having their problems, and then you assume that's for me, oh my goodness, the body has a problem, and because you don't know any better, right? In this regard, I bought into it too. So my mom told me she had this problem with the eyes, and I have it too. She has a heart problem, so I must have it too, or I should be uh, cautious because I could have it, and then I could have this, because there's so much in the family. So she, in her, well, misunderstanding, is telling a kid that is very open for this, that she, well, because it's in the family, she has it. And what does the subconscious do? Well, it believes it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's literally this stuff. When you go to the doctor, or when your family says, well, grandpa had a heart attack, grandpa had a heart attack, and of course, everyone says, okay, we have this predisposition. And then you believe it as well, and the subconscious takes it as a truth, and then it is there, and until you wake up and step back into your own driver's seat, meaning taking the ego out of the driver's seat. This is what runs your reality, the subconscious mind, which is 80% of the mind. Only 20% is conscious.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why so many people create on default. It's
Okay.
created by their belief system, what they have bought into, or even what they have fought. I have fought many things as a kid, and I gave it as much energy as if I would have bought into, or even more. So it's about stepping into your own power, saying, well, what is true for others is not true for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I claim and reclaim my power. I am my own being. And what is true for other bodies, like moms and dads, grandpa, grandma, is not true for myself, because this body is mine. I claim and reclaim it now. And then we go on and let release all that stuff that is in the subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, so we still are in, yeah, I say the family tree, but you can take that for countries. I live in Germany. I am German, and everybody knows, yeah, the Third Reich. No? But I never understood why I should feel guilty because of that, what happened decades before, yeah, I was born. I never felt that it's right for me. Yeah. No, I stepped out of the box and said for myself, I have nothing to do with that time.
Exactly. I
It
mean,
was
I grew
cruel,
up in the
okay.
same, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. It's not nice what they people have done.
It,
Yeah.
it,
But I am not guilty for that.
exactly, you are not. See, it's
Yeah.
the same with some religions. The Catholic Church, they say if a child is born, it comes with a sin. So it is guilty. An innocent child comes in and has to basically repent their sins for life. Even it hasn't done anything. But
Mm-hmm.
this has to do with power. That's not the message of Joshua.
Okay.
Okay, that is just to keep you in fear. That's the same. Of course, well, cruelties have happened everywhere in the world and throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To keep us little. Yeah.
And then, of course, you are told you are the ones that have to amend for what has been done. So I
Mm-hmm.
have to ask the question, why? What my mom has done is not what I have done. I would have done many, many things differently, or
Yeah.
certainly not like she has done it. So
Yeah.
why would I be responsible for my mom, my grandma, whatever? They are their own beings, right?
Yeah.
It is there, as you said, to keep you small, to keep you in
Mm-hmm.
fear, to let you feel guilty, and to not step into your own power.
Yeah.
So, and then they say, well, this is in the lineage, let's say in the DNA, so physical. And then, of course, your family has done this and that, and then you have to amend for it. Well, and then it's your job, literally. For myself, I have decided because in my family, not that I didn't love them, I loved them very much. Okay. And I showed them that love, but I felt like a foreigner because I didn't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided, okay, they are who they are, but I'm walking my own walk. Of course, it wasn't easy, but I am staying true to myself and to my own heart. I do what I feel inside my heart, which of course is not always easy, but actually, on the long run, it brings you a much smoother life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the more you follow what the family does or believe in certain things, you walk out of alignment with yourself and your heart. Okay, so literally, it's about saying, okay, mom, dad, Germany, the Nazis, or those. I probably have to cut that out. So,
Maybe.
or put a beep in. So all that had happened is not my fault.
Yeah.
The only thing I can do is step into my heart and live my truth, live from the heart, bring in the love that I am, the purity that I am, the consciousness that I am, and walk my walk in alignment with my heart, with my entourage, with my higher levels, and of course with the whole universe, because they have my back, and not just mine. They have your back as well if you let them. Okay, the whole universe is behind you
Mm-hmm.
when you step into your heart and walk your walk. And that's literally when I hear clearing your lineage. It's not about going in and looking, grandpa did this, and in the 19 whatevers during the war, my great whatever did this, so I have to clear this so that I'm not, don't have this shadow anymore. No, you declare and give your ancestors their power back. Okay? All the stuff that they are doing, have been doing, that was quote unquote normal for them, give it back to them. We thank them and tell them, thank you for walking before me, but this is not about me. It has nothing to do with me, and it's not mine.
Mhm.
Therefore, I
And
give it back to you, and I claim and reclaim my power. I welcome back
mhm,
all of my energy, all of my consciousness, and all of my soul fragmentations cleared and purified. And claiming your sovereignty. You are a sovereign being. You are not your ancestors. Okay? So
mhm. Yeah.
claiming your power, cutting those ties. We will do a meditative experience with that as well. And walking your walk, finding out what you enjoy, what you love, what is quote unquote right for you, what makes your heart sing, what opens your heart, what makes your body feel lighter, more open, more expansive. So for the first time, as if you are tasting it for the first time, take a piece of chocolate, taste it, and then decide for you, not because mom's is a chocolate aficionado and they are whatever eating 500 grams of chocolate each day, whatever. So it must be, I must like it as well. No, taste
Mhm,
it for yourself and then
mhm,
decide, do I really like it? Do I really like doing this, going there, making things like this? So why am I doing what I'm doing when I'm doing it? Am I doing it because I enjoy it? Or am I doing it because, well, everyone does it, or family, it's just been done like this in the family, so I'm doing it as well. Or it's been done by everyone around me, so it is quote unquote normal. I still don't know what normal is, right? For myself, I want to be anything but normal because I am myself, I am unique, and I am certainly not normal. I'd rather call myself crazy. I tell everyone that what does want to know it or not, I'm crazy, right? So this is right out of the way.
yeah.
So this is, what do you enjoy? What makes your heart sing? And this is where you cut the magnetics and walk your walk. And this in turn literally assists them to step out of these patterns, and as well when they come in again, or if they are already in the body again, this is cut for them as well, so they have the opportunity to basically have a new beginning too, like you.
Mhm,
So by walking your walk, walking as your heart, within your heart and through your heart, and being yourself, you literally are clearing out your ancestral lineage and making it easier for others. So you don't have to go anywhere. Just do your stuff.
yeah.
Be yourself, walk your walk, open your heart, and feel and be the love that you are.
Yeah, thank you very much because that was my opinion as well. But yeah, I want to ask you because it was so massive in the last weeks. that I heard this or some people wrote me. Yeah. No, that's good. So we are not responsible for our ancestrals. They had their life and we have our
Yeah,
life.
why would
And
you be responsible?
I don't understand. But
No, there is nothing
when
to understand. You cannot be responsible for others' actions. You are
yeah.
only responsible and you can only control your actions and reactions. Of course,
Hmm.
if you are a parent and have a small child, of course, you are responsible to teach them that there are certain parameters
Yeah,
within
sure.
they have to uh, express themselves. So
Hmm.
they cannot do this and that and whatever, right? Because their mind is not developed enough that they can see the big picture or see the consequences. So of course you are responsible to make them aware of the consequences, to tell them this is how you live in a body on a planet
Hmm.
until they reach a certain age and they can decide for themselves, and then it's done. Parents aren't responsible anymore.
Yeah.
And responsible means, so if I tell it to my child in a way that I don't put them in fear and I don't make them, so I don't act with fear. I explain to them, okay, if you do this, this will happen. This will be the consequences.
Hmm.
So if you go and into your neighbor's house and take everything out and claim it as your own, chances are that the neighbor will not be happy and they go to police and then you will end up in jail. So let's rather not do that. And would you wish that your neighbor comes into our house and takes everything? So I would say you say no. So let's not do that, please.
Hmm.
And
But
just
to
common
mhm.
sense, okay? Would you do that to someone else? And would you like to have it done to yourself? So do not do unto others what you don't want to be done unto yourself. Pretty
Hmm.
easy. It's common sense.
Yeah.
And yes, everyone has their entourage, has the universe behind them. And everyone has, of course, the freedom to go with their ego because everyone is eternal. For them, it's an experience to find out more about themselves, what they like or not. And then of course if they let's say go off track and decide to go to the neighbor's house and steal something or even kill someone, there is an agreement. So those victims are not there by chance because
Yeah.
they get that little voice that tell them, okay, let's do some security on, let's not go there, let's go somewhere else or whatever. So it's always happening for a reason. Sometimes to even out karma. So everyone, the perpetrator and the victim, they have this voice. The victim, let's not go there, let's go somewhere else, at another place. And the perpetrator, hey, let's just not do that. There's other ways to live life. Why would we do that? And remember, you are love, you are consciousness, you are light. And then it comes down to which voice are you listening to? Are
Yeah.
you listening to the voice of the ego, or are you listening to the voice of the heart?
Hmm.
That loving, beautiful voice that will never lead you astray,
Yeah.
that embraces you, that loves you. Or that voice of the ego that always tells you you cannot do it good enough and you should do this and you have to do this. Well, you can feel the energy, just the words. It's all so dense
Yeah.
and this loving, you feel your body is open. This is just, it feels. And that's why I'm going into drop from thinking into feeling, because this is where the truth lies. What, and again, what is true for myself? What do I enjoy? Who am I? I'm not mom, because my mom, when I was little, oh, you look just like mom, and oh, she's just like mom, and even the neighbors or in the village, the people, when I walked, they would ask, who do you belong to? Or who do you belong, actually? That's how they call it, or how they say it. And I was thinking, well, me, myself, right? But of course, I knew they meant, who are your parents?
Yeah.
But that's the perceptions. Children are literally property of the parents. They are an extension of the parents. So if I look like mom, I must be like mom. If I look like dad, why I have to be like dad? Because of course I come from them, quote unquote, they created me. Well, yes, I came through mom's body, but that doesn't make me a second mom or whatever. We had an
Mm.
agreement, just like you had with your parents, specifically with your mom, that she brings you through her body, and that she shows you the ropes on this earth, so you can go your own way and find out more about yourself. Not be pressed into all those patterns and have tos, and I have to make up for this and that, and whoever did this, because I am a relative of them, so I must be responsible as well, or I belong to some race or nationality. This means, no, it doesn't mean anything.
Mhm.
It's just it's just meant to keep you small, to not claim your own power, and to not walk your own walk, saying, hey, there must be more to just being born, doing all that stuff that everyone does, and dying, and saying, well, we are just an accident of nature, and we are just, we came from the apes, whatever. Well, the body might have been adjusted, created from, amended from apes, but that doesn't mean you are that. Your body, of course, it comes from the earth, but you do not.
Well,
Does
thank
it
you,
make
thank you,
sense,
thank
Jutta?
you. Oh yeah, for me, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, for some people, well, I don't know, but yeah, everybody is allowed to live his own life. Yeah, and
Ye-
to to
Yes,
s- to step
go ahead.
out of the box that, yeah, in which some people want to see us. Yeah.
So I have to, it's with this ancestral thing, okay? As I say, when I come to you and ask you to assist them, go ahead, please. And go ahead and try to clear out stuff. Well, if you feel
When
better
you are
about it,
asked.
more
Yeah.
more power to you, okay? So that doesn't mean that you have the power to influence their life. It's like I would say, Jutta, I don't like how you uh, carry your hair. I want you to cut them as short as I do, because I know better than you,
Hmm.
okay? Or whatever. So that's not a real good example, but who am I to interfere in someone else's life? Who am
Yeah.
I to believe that I know better than other creator incarnate?
Hmm.
If someone comes to me and tells me, Elke, you have to follow me because I know everything and my way is the only way, I tell them, well, good luck, have fun, I'm not interested. Okay, and so, I mean, they had their journey for a reason. They are creator incarnate as well. So why in the heavens would I interfere if I'm not asked? But that doesn't mean, even if they ask, that I swoop in and save them. I'm going to walk side by side with them and assist them, either to go home or to make different choices, so they can finally step into their own heart. Walking side by side, hand in hand, creator incarnate, assisting other creator incarnate, heart to heart, seeing the love that you are in the other and letting them be who they are or even who they perceive themselves to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because they picked their journey for a reason, as did you.
Yeah.
To wake up from it, to step out of it, and to step back into your heart.
Yeah.
And then to walk side by side, grow, expand, play together, have fun together, and enjoy. And go on huge adventures.
Yeah, and I think when you are good with your own life, yeah, when you enjoy it, then the the bad things, yeah, which was always in my family and before, then it's cut. I don't have to go specifically in. No, it's all cut in this way when I live my life responsible for me, responsible for others, but in a good way. In a, as you told, yeah, let's have fun. Let's
Exactly. You are
let's
not, and you can never be responsible for others. Okay, let's
yeah,
not go there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just having fun together, assisting. And yes, if they ask, you are there to
Then
assist,
it's
to walk hand
another
in hand,
point, yeah.
and to just love them, right? And letting
Yeah.
them be who they are and who they perceived themselves to be. And it starts with saying, I have created and it is good. So
Mm-hmm.
where can I go from here? Because I'm not stuck wherever I am, okay? I have had many, well, setbacks, many, many, many. So I could have just sat and said, and played the victim and said, oh my goodness, they did this to me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just, oh, yeah, I can't make it right. Well, then we look for a different path
Yeah.
because obviously this one was not the one that was in the highest for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, if there was emotions, let them be released. It takes the time it takes, and then let's see where my heart leads me next. And the good or the beautiful thing is if I go astray a little bit, maybe because I let others do whatever their ego thinks, and then I walk with them for a while, and it's not in my highest, well, then I will feel it pretty soon, and then I see, oh, right, okay, so let's amend, take a different door, and walk into the direction of my heart, and it's just everything happens for you and not to you. It's just to show you, hey, maybe you went off the path a little too far. Let's get back on the right path, on the path of the heart, of the
Mm-hmm.
path, on the path of the love that you are. As a
Sounds
sovereign
good.
being, as the love, as the consciousness, as the beauty that you are. loving, assisting, accepting, walking side by side, hand in hand, heart to heart. And there is no limit. The more do this, I mean, just tune into it. How exciting life on Earth is gonna become. I'm very excited to see it. Right now, of course, everyone is going this way, that way, and the other way, and all the old is coming up on the macro and the micro level. But it's coming up to be looked at and released, and then decide for yourself what is true for yourself. From the heart, through the heart, and as the heart. And the sooner, dear ones, come back to the heart, come back to themselves, well, the sooner we will have Eden here again. Isn't that amazing, Jutta?
It is amazing, and that's our goal. I got many answers to the questions. Thank you very much. And yeah, as far as I am in my own power, everything is fine.
Walking your walk with an open
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
Embracing everyone and everything, and even letting them be who they perceive themselves to be. It has nothing to do with you. Thank you all so much. It has been such an honor and a pleasure to connect, to share, and to play with you. And with you, Jutta, of course, as well. Love you all.
Thank you. Thank you
Until
very
next
much.
time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.